Hello everyone and a very good day to you all. Today we are exploring Honey Spot, a post-colonial play by Jake Davis, one of Australia's most renowned Indigenous writers. Written in 1980s, the play reflects post-colonial themes of challenging colonial hierarchies, reclaiming Indigenous identity and promoting reconciliation between Aboriginal and non-Indigenous Australians. The symbolic honey spot represents a place of harmony found through mutual respect and connection to the land. Cultural conflict and reconciliation in a post-colonial context. Jake Davis' Honey Spot is a compelling post-colonial play that examines how colonialism continues to shape relationships between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. Written during a time when Aboriginal people were still struggling for social equality and recognition, the play functions as both a cultural bridge and a political statement. Through the innocent yet profound friendship between Tim, an Aboriginal boy, and Peggy, a white Australian girl, Davis constructs a microcosm of Australia's post-colonial society. One which is divided by historical prejudice, yet capable of healing through understanding and empathy. At the beginning of the play, the audience is immediately made aware of the cultural divide between the two children. Peggy initially fails to understand Tim's connection to the land and his different way of life. When she first meets Tim in the bush, she questions his activities and shows surprise at his close bond with nature, implying that she views his lifestyle as unusual or primitive. This attitude reflects the colonial mindset of ignorance and superiority that stems from generations of misinterpretation of Aboriginal people. Her father reinforces this colonial attitude when he warns Peggy to stay away from Aboriginal boys, implying that they are not trustworthy or respectable. Such language exposes how deep-rooted racial prejudice and fear of difference are inherited through generations. This mirrors what post-colonial theorist Edward Said calls the construction of the other, in which the colonizer defines the colonized through stereotypes and maintains control by asserting cultural dominance. In contrast, Tim represents Aboriginal resilience and spiritual strength. Despite being aware of prejudice, he is proud of his heritage and connected deeply to the land, which remains central to his identity. His knowledge of nature, reading animal tracks, understanding the bush, and respecting its rhythms, reflects an ancient wisdom that colonial culture often dismissed as primitive. Davis subtly elevates this knowledge to the level of spiritual intelligence, showing that Aboriginal people possesses a worldview that is both profound and environmentally harmonious. Tim's relationship with the land is not one of ownership, but of belonging. It is part of his cultural inheritance. His character challenges the colonial belief that Indigenous culture must be civilized or replaced by European values. The honey spot itself is a symbolic center of the play. It represents not only Tim's personal refuge, but also the sacred connection between Aboriginal people and their land. The place carries cultural and spiritual significance, functioning as a space of identity, safety, and memory. When Tim invites Peggy to the honey spot, it becomes a moment of transformation for both characters. Peggy begins to see the bush through Tim's eyes, developing an appreciation for his values and perspective. The act of sharing the honey spot is a gesture of trust and cultural exchange. It symbolizes the first step towards reconciliation between the two different communities. Roger's gradual transformation is equally important in the text. Initially, he is skeptical and dismissive of Aboriginal people, representing the older generation that clings to colonial prejudice. However, when he sees the genuine friendship between Tim and Peggy, he begins to question his biases. His softening attitude reflects Davis's belief that change is possible when individuals allow themselves to understand rather than to judge. The reconciliation between Roger and Tim mirrors a broader potential for social harmony in Australia when empathy and dialogue replaces racism and division. Davis's use of language also carries postcolonial importance. The dialogue between characters is natural and conversational, reflecting real Australian speech patterns and integrating Aboriginal expressions and rhythms. Tim's voice is presented with authenticity and confidence, marking a deliberate act of linguistic reclamation. In doing so, Davis challenges the dominance of white English and creates a space for Indigenous expression within mainstream theatre. This choice reflects what postcolonial theorists identify as the process of decolonizing the language, asserting identity through authentic representation rather than mimicry of colonial forms. The play's ending is notably optimistic. Despite the initial misunderstandings, Tim and Peggy's friendship survives, demonstrating that the younger generation can move beyond the prejudice of their parents. Davis' conclusion envisions a post-colonial Australia where equality and respect replace ignorance and division. His portrayal of children as agents of change implies that the process of reconciliation must begin early through education, empathy, and shared experiences. In the end, Honey Spot stands as more than a children's play. It is a subtle yet powerful critique of colonial attitudes and a hopeful vision for a unified future. By catering Aboriginal identity and humanizing cross-cultural understanding, Davis reveals that reconciliation is not only a political necessity, but a deeply personal moral journey. The friendship between Tim and Peggy becomes a metaphor for Australia itself, a nation learning, slowly but surely, to see beyond the boundaries of race and to rebuild on the foundations of respect, equality, and shared humanity. Let's move to the second analysis of land, identity, and resistance in Honey Spot. Jake Davis' Honey Spot is a play deeply rooted in the Australian landscape, and through it, Davis explores the post-colonial themes of land, identity, and resistance. For Aboriginal Australians, the land is not just a physical space, but a spiritual and cultural essence, our source of ancestry, wisdom, and belonging. Colonialism violently disrupted this relationship, replacing the Indigenous sense of custodianship with the European nations of ownership, profit, and control. Davis uses the symbolic and physical space of the bush to expose this cultural dissonance and to reaffirming the enduring bond between Aboriginal people and their land. Tim's relationship with the bush is the emotional and philosophical heart of the play. His knowledge of his surroundings, that is tree, the animals, and the secret honey spot, is not presented as simple survival skill, but as a form of spiritual literacy. He belongs to the bush in a way that transcends possession. When he tells Peggy about his special place, he says it with reverence and care, treating it as a living entity rather than as an object to be owned. This perspective contrasts sharply with the colonial mindset, represented by Peggy's father, Roger, who views the bush as wilderness or as a resource to be used. Through this contrast, Davis dramatizes the clash between Indigenous and colonial worldviews. One sees the land as kin, whereas the other sees it as commodity. When Tim introduces Peggy to his honey spot, it becomes an act of cultural generosity and resistance. By sharing this sacred space, Tim does not surrender its meaning. Rather, he invites Peggy to see it through an Aboriginal perspective. The scene carries enormous symbolic weight. It redefines the bush not as empty or wild, but as inhabited, sacred, and intelligent. Peggy's initial hesitation gives way to awe and appreciation, suggesting her growing understanding of Aboriginal identity. Davis here performs what post-colonial theorist Homi K. Bhabha might call a moment of cultural translation, which is a space where two cultures begin to negotiate meaning without domination. The play's treatment of land also challenges the colonial myth of terras nullius, the legal fiction that justified British colonization by claiming the land was uninhabited. In Honey Spot, Davis undermines this doctrine by showing that the bush is not only inhabited but deeply known, loved, and cared for by Aboriginal people. Tim's sensitivity to the rhythm of nature, the way he notices animal tracks, predicts the weather, or speaks of the honey spot with emotional depth, reaffirms the existence of a living Aboriginal culture that predates colonization and persists despite its violence. The land itself, in Davis's vision, becomes a character, a witness to both dispossession and endurance. In this sense, the bush functions as both a site of loss and a site of recovery. The pain of displacement lingers in the background of Tim's identity. His people's marginalization is implicit in his independence, his self-reliance, and his distance from mainstream society. Yet, his pride and connection to place demonstrate that colonization did not destroy Aboriginal spirituality. Instead, it strengthened the will to protect and reclaim it. Tim's resistance is quiet but profound. By reserving its cultural relationship with the land, he defies colonial erasure. Peggy's gradual transformation throughout the play parallels this act of resilience. Initially ignorant of Aboriginal culture, she begins to see Tim's knowledge as something valuable and wise. When she listens to his explanations about the bush, her curiosity becomes respect. This shift illustrates Davis's vision of education as a path to decolonization, a process in which understanding Indigenous values becomes a form of healing for both communities. Roger's eventual acceptance of Tim further reinforces the idea that reconciliation must begin with recognizing the spiritual authority of the First People's relationship to the land. The land, therefore, is not a passive backdrop in Honey Spot. It is an active moral force. It witnesses conflict, shapes identity, and provides the setting for transformation. The bush holds the scars of colonial invasion, but within it lies the power of renewal. When Peggy and Tim stand together at the honey spot, the bush becomes a sacred space, a metaphor for the reconciled Australia. One grounded not in domination, but in respect for Indigenous heritage. Ultimately, Honey Spot transcends its appearance as a children's story, but it is a work of post-colonial resistance and renewal. It exposes the cultural violence of dispossession while offering a hopeful vision of restoration through empathy and education. Through Tim's bond with the honey spot, Davis invites all Australians to reimagine belonging, identity, and nationhood through the enduring spirit of the land and its first custodians. That's all for today. Thank you so much.